Hey YouTube, it's Crazy Kid here, and today we're gonna do a mining rig for my dad. We're gonna do a 12 GPU rig with these Fighter 6600s, these RX AMD Fighter 6600s. We're gonna do 12 of them. We have them all right here. That's what they look like out of the box, and that's the big stack that we have. We're gonna do a single, I guess not a double rack, it's just going to be a single level 12 GPU rig. We're using one of these 12 USB motherboards, these BTCs, B250Cs. So just like my other video that I used in my open air rig, I'm going to be using another one of those today. We will be using the Empora smart plugs to monitor all the power on this rig. So we'll be able to monitor everything, the profitability and the power and everything on this rig by itself. Also another plug in there for whatever cooling he may add later. We'll plug it into another one of those and monitor that as well. We're using the Kuman 7-inch screen so he can check on it. Going to use all these Amazon PCIe risers, and then the Mining Cave power supply. I'm going to try to just use one of these. These have 12 PCIe 6 pins. So my plan is to use these PCIe splitters and these guys right here, and hook one up to the card and one up to the riser, and then one up to the power supply. And I have a couple of these fighters at home in my home rig hooked up with these splitters, and it seems to work just fine. So we've got a bunch more splitters and PCIe risers and stuff in there. So yeah, so this is kind of the setup. We got just a Ripjaw 8 gig stick of DDR4 RAM, just because it's nice to have a little more RAM, especially if you want to like run 12 cards. And then these up here fans will go across the whole front. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So we will be filming kind of the whole way through this. So the first step is I'm going to go ahead and open this box and start assembling that frame. Okay, so got the box open, and this is kind of what it looks like when you get it out of the box. So the first thing we got to do is put on the power supply holders, and then this top bar, which will be that bar. So we will start doing that. Okay, so we got the two little tabs on there for the power supply and this first rail on. All right, now next step is to install the back strap. Okay, so now we got the two sidebars on, and we're gonna and the back bars on. We're gonna put the last crossbar for the GPUs on. And excuse my son is right there, my little baby boy. He has a little cough, but he'll be fine. So we're gonna put the little bar across for all the GPUs to sit on, and then the little rubber mount, and then this will be done. Okay, now it's all done. Got the pad, the bar, so that is the 12 GPU stand. Now it's time to put fans on and start outfitting it. I think my little boy Corbin, I think he approves. All right, we got our 6 up here fans on. So just time to wire those up. And well, I guess I won't wire them up just yet. I'm gonna get the motherboard mounted and power supply on, and then start kind of getting these all wired up. All right, so we got the fans on and all zip tied up and plugged into the power supply. Got the power supply in, got the motherboard on, got the CPU on with the CPU cooler, got both of our, oops, I don't know if you guys can see, got both of our sticks of RAM in. So now it's time to boot this baby up and start some configuration. Okay, so we're about to do the first fire up. I got my little screen, my little KYY screen, my little keyboard and touchpad so I can configure these mining rigs. So let's see if this thing will fire up. What is the switch? All right, so far so good. Let's see if we get a screen. There it is. All right, time to do some configuring. Okay, so we got one 6600 on. We got Windows installed, all the drivers and updates done, and then now we're going to get all the cards on. We did the virtual memory fix. You guys can't forget about your virtual memory fix if you want to do, you know, a lot of GPUs. I actually use 84,000 now instead of 69,000 I think I was using before. So just keep that in mind too. And we're gonna put all these GPUs on and see if we can get this thing mining. So what I'm gonna do is the mining cave power supply has tons of these 6 pins and 8 pins. So I'm actually, these are the mining cave ones. I'm actually going to use it comes with riser ones that just are 6 pins. So it only has 6 of those. So I'm going to use these splitters to split the riser power, so power 12 risers. And then these should have enough just to power the GPU. So let's see how all that looks once we get 12 of them on here. Okay, so now we got all 12 GPUs in. As you can see, it's all kind of managed. We got it with the mining cave power supply. Only had to use splitters on the last ones, kind of for length, and then I use splitters on all the PCIe risers. These should only pull about 60 watts each, so should be way enough power. And then that the 12 USB port motherboard right there. See if she fires up with all 12 GPUs. All right, we got it booted up and it came right up. Don't know if it sees all the cards yet, but we got green lights on everything. You guys can see green lights. So let's see if it finds it all in the software here. Okay, so it sees them all, but it hasn't installed the drivers yet. So we'll give this a little bit. It'll start installing drivers all on its own. Just sit. If you installed, so basically that's why I put one GPU on first, installed all the drivers, and then added all the rest. Makes rebooting this thing a little bit faster. Sometimes you put 12 GPUs on that board, and it could take 15 to 20 minutes for it to post. Like, it'll come up and show the BIOS real quick, and then it'll show like a Windows screen, and then it'll go away for 20 plus minutes, and then it'll come back. This one has booted fast every time so far, but I'll be interested to see how fast it does boot once all of these are initialized, installed, and mining. So once it's done doing this, I'll put some software on here, tune these things, and we'll get them up and mining. So yeah, my dad will be an official miner after today. Kind of cool. All right, they're all initialized. So just take some time. It looks like it freezes. That's something to be aware of when it's doing this. It will look like it freezes, and you know, numlock and cap locks and all that won't work. But if you just let it sit there for a little while, she'll pull through, and everything will install. So if you freak out and turn it off, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, because you're gonna corrupt the drivers and have to wipe Windows and a whole bunch of stuff. So just something to be aware of and something to keep in mind. All right, so we got this baby up and mining. As you can see, it's getting about 350 mega hash, 349 mega hash. It's saying 640 watts on the software, but on my dad's phone here, we got him an Empora thing, and it's showing 1106 at the wall. So not bad. Yeah, 349.2 mega hash is really, really good. Here's something interesting that we found out. As you go in, go ahead and check that one, Dad. So that card on the end is 99 degrees. Okay, 100. As you go in, they start dropping in temperature, which I thought was a little crazy. Yeah, look at that, 86, 85. I mean, some of these are quite a bit lower in degrees. So which one is that? So that's the middle one, the one directly in the middle, and it is a good 15 degrees lower than the one on the outside. So that's just something really cool that we're kind of messing with this temperature sensor or temperature gun and kind of figured out. What are those? Oh, 82 over there at the end. That's weird. I guess that one on the end right there just isn't getting airflow on the back of it, huh?
It is getting airflow.
On this other side. What's that one at? Yeah, it's just that one on that one side isn't getting airflow. So that one's 99, and you're saying this one all the way at the end's the coldest?
Yep.
At 74?
79.
79, 78, 79. What was the middle one? 82. Not bad though. These are really good temps for this thing mining. So yeah, we're really happy with this thing so far. It's got 1100 watts for 350 mega hash. Pretty dang good. It's pretty dang good. I've seen a lot of videos for 1400 watts for 350 mega hash or 400 mega hash. So I'm pretty happy with that. All 6600s. So all RX Fighter Series 6600s. I'm pretty happy with this, and we may have a lot more rigs to come for this guy. The only thing we got left to do today is build this 7-inch touchscreen display so I can take my tech display down and keyboard down, and he'll be able to check this thing just by walking up to it and touching the screen. So this came out pretty good, and I really like all the parts so far. We will definitely do some update videos in the future on this rig, and if he wants to do more rigs. So definitely when you get into crypto mining, you start getting your family, friends, and everybody else into it. It's quite the contagious thing. So okay, so we're doing the Kuman screen, and there really isn't any instructions on how to build this, so I figured I would kind of show you guys how I do it. So you take both of these like picture frame looking pieces with the notch, and you line them both up. Then you put the screen in on top of that. So sorry guys about the film job here. So you basically put them like that. Then you have this part that goes onto the back like so. So that goes into the back, and then this part goes on over that, and that's how that works. And then you put your stands on the back like so. So that's kind of the way it goes together. When you bolt it together, you actually take both back pieces off. This is what I found. Bolt the stand legs on, then put a bolt through the top right here, right there in that corner, and then you just layer them all on, and then you just bolt it all the way around. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Yeah, I just figured I'd show you guys, because like this thing didn't come with any instructions, and I was like, how the heck? Kind of sat here for a little bit and figured it all out. So I'm gonna screw this all down and see how it works. Okay, so yeah, so you see I kind of put the legs on, and then you can after the legs are on, it just kind of goes on like that, and then you can just bolt it all together now, and it's pretty easy. So I'll show you guys what that looks like with some bolts in it. Okay, so I put the two top bolts in, this bolt and this bolt, and then it's kind of all one piece now. I gotta obviously put the bottom bolts in, but I don't know if that's 100% right, but that's how I've done it. So I basically put the two back plates together, put those two bolts in and the stands on each side, Then I put these 2 top bolts in and the 2 bottom bolts in, and it's all done. So yeah, buddy. So if you guys need to know how to build those, that's kind of a quick tutorial on how to kind of put these together. All right, so here it all is. There's a little Kuman screen. They come out really nice, and it's a really nice touch to have, especially if you're trying to like figure out what's wrong with your mining rig. These are great because if it freezes, sometimes it'll leave the last thing that was on the screen, so that helps. I really think this did come out really good. I'm gonna do a whole like price breakdown on this and how much you spent and how much you know, it's mining and stuff. I'm gonna add all that in too as well, but this came out really well. I'm really happy with how this mining rig came out. So hopefully it's one of many to come for my dad. Kind of cool that my dad's actually into this. So okay, I just want to do a quick cost analysis on this. So all the supporting parts to do that 6600 rig cost about 976 bucks. All the graphics cards, and that's after tax and everything, that's power supply, RAM, the little screen, the case or the frame, all the connectors, hard drive, everything. Also, then that's all 12 GPUs, including tax. And then it gets 350 mega hash at about 1100 watts. So that's a total cost, about $6,604 for 350 mega hash at 1100 watts roughly is the average. It goes down to about 1,000, goes up to like 1110. So I just figured I'd put 1100 right there. So you guys can see based off your power and the current market how profitable this is or not, but that's kind of where the numbers are to build a rig like the one we just did today. So just figured I would throw that in at the end of the video, and we will be following this rig. My dad has an app that counts all the power, and so we will do a profitability update on this in a couple months.